South China Morning Post, 8th of December 2022. For Hong Kong currency short sellers, there is terrible news as Barclays sees the peg as unchanged, and the yuan's issues prevent a repeat. According to Barclays Bank, it is doubtful that Hong Kong will ever break its peg to the US dollar or link the value of the Hong Kong dollar to the yuan because doing so would endanger the stability, and the yuan does not meet the monetary authority's requirements for a reserve currency. The UK bank's Singapore-based foreign exchange strategists Zhang and Ashish Agrawal wrote in a report on Thursday that they see no change to the Hong Kong dollar peg at this time, and in our view, policymakers have little reason to make such a significant change when both China and Hong Kong are slowing and foreign capital is already flowing out. 4 conditions must be met before the city can even consider pegging its currency, including a fully convertible yuan and an open capital account with no regulations. The third is a yuan-heavy, highly liquid financial market that enables Hong Kong's exchange fund to hold assets in the currency and sustain the domestic monetary base. The last prerequisite is synchronized economic cycles between Hong Kong and the People's Republic of China. They claimed that many of those criteria remain unfulfilled. Speculating on depegging or pegging with the CNH, offshore yuan, seems premature. The strategists noted that even if the Chinese government eventually succeeded in linking or unifying the Hong Kong dollar with the CNH after meeting all the prerequisites, this is likely to be a long-term proposition, with an adequate warning so that investors are not caught off guard. For most of the previous 6 months, the Hong Kong dollar has traded toward the weaker end of its currency range, generating new worry about the nearly 40-year-old peg. Since March, the Federal Reserve has increased its benchmark interest rate at each meeting, tightening policy to the greatest extent since 1994. Under the linked exchange rate system, the HKMA must strictly follow the Fed's policies and intervene in the currency market to maintain the Hong Kong dollar's value between 7 Hong Kong dollars and 75 cents and 7 Hong Kong dollars and 85 cents. In 41 interventions this year, it purchased 242.08 billion Hong Kong dollars, 31.1 billion US dollars, and sold the equivalent of US currency to achieve this goal. With Hong Kong now being a part of China, US billionaire Bill Ackman, the founder of the hedge fund Pershing Square Capital Management, claimed last month that he possessed derivative contracts that may profit from the peg breakup. Barclays, however, emphasized the determination of the Hong Kong government to uphold the peg. The yuan is not yet prepared to anchor an alternative peg, even though Hong Kong's economy is becoming increasingly intertwined with the mainland. According to its strategists, there won't be a swift adjustment. The yuan is not readily convertible and cannot be exchanged in significant numbers, despite China's efforts since 2009 to internationalize the currency for trade settlement and investment. According to the 2 authors, the offshore yuan, which is the term for the pool of yuan held outside of the Chinese mainland and has over 800 billion yuan lodged in Hong Kong, lacks sufficient depth, breadth, and liquidity for the exchange fund to hold assets to back the Hong Kong dollar. The city's banknotes are backed by the exchange fund, which was formed in 1935. The fund makes long-term investments in bonds, overseas real estate, Hong Kong and international stocks, and other ventures. It also protects the local currency from attacks by hedge funds and currency traders. According to the HKMA, the exchange fund had 4.57 trillion Hong Kong dollars in assets at the end of last year, of which 82.9%, or 3.79 trillion Hong Kong dollars, were held in stocks, bonds, and other investments denominated in US dollars. This is almost 5 times bigger than Hong Kong's yuan deposits. There aren't many yuan shares traded in the city, and there aren't many yuan-denominated bonds either. According to the Barclays analysis, the US and other significant advanced economies continue to influence Hong Kong's business cycle more than China. In addition, according to Augustine Carstens, General Manager of the Bank of International Settlements, BIS, Hong Kong has no justification for ending the peg. He claimed that Hong Kong now has certainty and monetary stability due to the peg. In an exclusive studio interview with The Washington Post on December 6, Carstens stated, "Certainly, the vitality of Hong Kong and the area as a whole has retained this economy in a bright and lively state. Since its foundation, it has allowed for monetary stability, serving Hong Kong well. Therefore, I believe it was a wise choice." Since the communist takeover, Hong Kong has been losing its energy as the finest and brightest depart the city.